guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. We are looking at your general life during the week, your love life and also your career. Sit back, relax and enjoy your reading. Oh, hi there guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading this week. I just wanted to show you the cards that we're using this week. We are using the Radiant Wise mini deck, miniature tarot, and we're going to just look at your general message for the week through those. For the work reading, we're using the Cosmic Cycles Tarot by Martina Razzo and Miriam E.G. A beautiful deck. If you haven't checked out a review of this deck, well, you probably don't need to check it out now. Well, actually, maybe you do, because obviously not all of the cards are going to be shown on this. We're only picking 5 cards from this deck to have a look at message for careers. So if you want to check out the actual review of this deck, guys, you can. It's on the channel, okay, so where you get to see all of the deck, what every single card looks like. We are also going to use, for the love reading section of the reading, guys, the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. She actually is a YouTuber, this lady. Fantastic tarot creator and also oracle deck creator as well. I'm in love with this deck. This is specifically for love readings. I haven't done a review on this particular deck yet, but yeah, the one will be coming up soon. But I just couldn't wait to use this for the love readings this week. So we're going to use this for the love readings. And also we're going to use, for your spiritual advice for the week, we're going to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine. Hi Leo, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. This is the January 25th, Monday, January 25th through to Sunday the 31st. We're looking at your general message, your career message and your love message for the week. Okay, Leo, let's have a look. I was watching something yesterday, actually, and I heard something about it being Leo season. So, yeah, I don't do astrology, but I just thought I'd mention it. And how we need to kind of take charge and stand in our own power as Leo does. So that was interesting. Let's have a look at what the general message is anyway for you guys today. Queen of Cups could be an individual here. Queen of Cups would usually be a really kind, empathic, loving, supportive type of an individual. This is the type of person you can go to and you can say, I got an issue with this, or I got an issue with that, I got worries going on, blah blah blah. She's a really nice character in the tarot, but also she is kind of guilty of hiding her emotions. Hence, whenever I see on the Rider Waite that we've got a Queen of Cups and the cup is closed, which it is, I've always experienced in my readings at least somebody who's being very, you know, disconnected and not opening up emotionally. So she can be guilty of that. She's also a dreamer as well. She's a fantasist. She likes to fantasize about being in love and, you know, that type of thing. 8 of Wands energy. So the 8 of Wands can be about communication, but also the 8 of Wands can be about release as well. And I'm wondering if for some of you guys, it may be the message this week is about communication. Possibly it's concerning this person communicating with you with the 8 of Wands energy showing here, Leo. But also it could be, because she hides her emotions quite a bit, does the Queen of Cups, there could be something about releasing that or opening up to something. Right, there's 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is indicating that there's anxieties and there's worries here. Let's have a look. Worrying about a meeting, 3 of Coins, or some of you guys may be worrying about a meeting or being assessed by something. 6 of Swords. So 6 of Swords can mean moving on. It can mean something will pass. It can also mean with the 6 of Swords energy, guidance as well, being guided as well. You know, it's an interesting one with your cards, but, you know, we're looking at, well, what is the general message for you this week? And I just feel that with the Queen of Cups, I'm not going to read her as a person. It could be for some of you guys, but I'm going to read it as an energy and say that whenever I've seen her, she's somebody who kind of shuts down a little bit. And I feel with the Eight of Wands being the card of movement and release, it almost feels like the message is to open up with both cards, because this release can release this, especially if she's holding back emotionally. And that Eight of Wands, we've got one very kind of static card sometimes, which is the Queen of Cups, and one movement card, which is the Eight of Wands. So for some of you guys, it may be a good week to open up on things that are worrying you, especially with that Nine of Swords aspect in the reading as well with the Queen of Cups, which can make this lady a very, if she's surrounded by swords, or swords are kind of near her, sorry my darlings about the noise, I've got the window open, if she's surrounded by swords, she can be very moody, and she can be very quiet, and she can be very sort of insulated. And I just feel that looking at those cards, you need to kind of open up a little bit here, Leo, because some of you guys may be worrying about being assessed, or being you may be worried about a meeting or something like that. But also it could be with the Three of Coins energy that you need to ask for help. Okay, you need to ask maybe for some guidance, because the Six of Swords is guidance, and these two people are asking this person here. So maybe you need to ask somebody who has more information than you do for some form of guidance. And that's what I think it's saying here, because the Three of Coins is asking. The two people here are asking this person here. And if you look at the imagery on the cards as well, what's fascinating, Leo, is that you've got two people here asking this person something, and then this person here, I think, is steering these two people here. So to me, I'm going to read this and say that I think the message this week is that some of you guys need to open up about something that you've been holding on to, an emotion that you've been holding at. You don't want it. The thing is, I've got a big sister who's a Leo. I love her to pieces. She's so funny. She's so confident. But she doesn't want to be seen as being weak. She hates it. And if she feels that somebody sees her as weak, I don't know whether it's a Leo trait, because I know that Leos are quite formidable people. You're quite strong. You like to be in the driving seat. So I don't know whether it's true or not, but I'm just wondering if, as Leo people, you don't like to be seen as weak. So maybe you like to put on a facade. And this person here with the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Wands, in a way, I think is putting on a facade. So I think that the message this week is to open up about your feelings with this Queen of Cups and the Eight of Wands energy showing there. Okay, I think if you're worried about anything here, you've got to ask. If you're worried about anything at all this week, Leo, don't sit there and just act like you're okay with everything. I think it's important, if you're worried, to ask with that Three of Coins. Ask for some form of guidance with the Six of Swords. Okay, so if you are worried about anything, I know that you like to probably be seen as, you know, having it all together and like you're completely on top of stuff. But I think that if you are really worried about anything this week, it's really important to ask for guidance, okay? Let's have a look at your career reading this week. So for career, you might be torn in two directions with the Two of Swords. If you look, I love this deck so much. The Cosmic Cycles deck is like my go-to deck at the moment. It is true. It's a shame. If you want to get, there's a walkthrough of this deck on my channel if you want to check it out. But if you want to get this deck, guys, I'm afraid they've sold out completely, and I don't know. I was so lucky that I ordered it when I did, and it came from America, and I'm in the UK. And it came very quickly. So, well, not very quickly, but yeah, about a month, 5 weeks later, I got it. But I've looked on Etsy, and because I wanted to get another deck of this, which I will do in the next few months. But it's all sold out on Etsy, and they're not selling it through their shop, which is how I bought it. But yeah, you can see here that the depiction is of a child who's torn between who she should go with. There's the hand wanting to take her there, and there's a hand wanting to take, so she's torn. So I do feel that this week with the Two of Swords, it may be that this week is about indecision, and you're torn between two ideas. You've got a decision to make with the Two of Swords energy showing there. Let's have a look at the next one. Getting this Page of Coins a lot, actually, in a lot of the zodiac signs reading. You may be torn about whether with this Page of Coins to start something new. Maybe to start a new business, maybe to start a new course with the Page of Coins energy showing here. Maybe to start a new career with the Page of Pentacles energy showing there. Three of Cups energy showing here. I think that with the Three of Cups isn't just about friendship, it's also about happiness and joy. So maybe some of you guys are happy with the Three of Cups energy showing here. Or maybe this is something about moving on from friends, because the Chariot is moving away from the Three of Cups. Let's have a look at the next card. The Hierophant Guidance. Guidance is the Hierophant. On this particular deck, it looks like guidance to me because we don't have, usually on decks we have a Hierophant where we've got a religious figure there, but on this we've just got, which I really appreciated with this. Not because I've got any issues with the religious figure, but mainly because I just loved, I've never seen a Hierophant like this where it was just all about the people and what they were doing, and we've got prayer here. So this is guidance. And I just feel there's something about asking for guidance here. The Three of Cups is a group. So maybe this is starting a business with a friend, for example, here. You may be torn in two directions. Perhaps this is, with the Page of Coins, starting a business with a friend. Because the Three of Cups is friend, or with a group, or with a team of people, perhaps. Maybe this is working on something new, developing something new within a team of people. You may be torn in two directions. Some of you guys, I'm getting with the Chariot, may be successful in your own right, with the Chariot showing there. You may already have success within what you do with the Chariot energy. I think that the message is, if you're torn between whether you should be starting a new venture, Page of Coins can also be in a career reading, starting a new business, starting a new venture, and the Three of Cups could be a group, a team of people. So some of you guys might be conflicted about starting a new venture within a team, a group of people, for example, with the Three of Cups. Possibly with the Chariot energy, and I mean, she's not put, the Chariot is also a card about being pulled in two directions, but not in this deck. She's got the two cute puppies here, and she's driving the car. She looks quite happy to me. She's in full control. And the Hierophant on this deck is guidance. So I just feel that some of you guys, it may be that right now you're in a really successful, so sometimes I get in the habit of reading here, you know, reading the cards in sequence. I don't have to do it, I keep forgetting. What makes sense to me in this reading, how to read it, Leo, is that some of you guys with the Chariot may already be in a place of success. You may already be in a job that you really like, in one that you are successful in. You've reached some form of status perhaps within the job with the Chariot energy, and it may be because of that with the Chariot energy, and with the Hierophant also being a leadership position as well. Even though we see prayer on here, the Hierophant as a standard card in terms of career can also be leadership, somebody who's in a very powerful position. So with the Chariot and the Hierophant, some of you guys may be in a pretty powerful position already, and that might be why you're kind of split as to whether you stay within that position or whether you start a new project within a group, with another group, or with a friend or something like that. So that's what I'm getting for work. I think there's two ways to read this. Number one, Chariot and the Hierophant would for me be somebody who's in a very powerful position. You're in a top position, you've worked hard for that, you've achieved it, you're doing really well, you know, you've got the money, you're just in a really successful position with both cards. And some of you guys may already be in that position. And it may be that this is a week for having to make a decision about whether you stay within this position here or whether you start a new project within a group with these two cards here. The other way that I could look at this and say is that, yes, you're in a powerful position at the moment with the Chariot. You're split, though. You've got a decision to make whether you're going to, for example, start a new course. We could read it three ways. So we've already talked about powerful position. That's what makes you kind of split between whether you should start something new, something fresh with another group, with another team of people, that type of thing, or with a friend, whatever the case may be. The other way to look at it is, though, you're in a good position, Chariot, you've worked hard, you've achieved success, and now you're split as to whether perhaps this is starting afresh. Maybe this is going on a course, starting something new. See, if you reach the top of your position with the Chariot, you kind of probably think to yourself, some of you guys, well, I'm in a really good position in my work, so why do I want to go and retrain? Because Page of Coins could be retraining, especially if you're the Chariot and you're in a really top position. The Page of Coins could be, well, I'll go and retrain. So some of you guys may be kind of split as to whether, do I go and retrain because I'm already in a really big top position here, and also I'm split because if I do go and study something new, or if I do go and retrain, or if I do go to a new job here, it means leaving my friends behind, because you may also have friends here, and with the Chariot moving in that direction away from the Three of Cups, some of you guys may be split because it's not only starting something new or going on a course or leaving behind what you've already established, it's leaving friends behind too. And the other way to look at it is along with that as well, if you're stuck on that, the advice this might be to get some guidance here. Get some guidance with the Hierophant. And also Chariot and the Hierophant can be that you've reached the top of your you know, you've reached the top of your league in work within a pretty big establishment with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant can also be, in terms of a work reading, a massive conglomerate company. So this could be, I don't know, an oil company, or it could be a massive clothing brand, or, you know, it could just be a huge enterprise, which is what the Hierophant is. And with the Chariot, you're at the top of your, you know, you're at the top of the tree. You're the person in charge in this huge establishment. So again, being in two minds would be linked towards, well, I've reached the top of the top of the top in terms of this establishment. So why am I going to, you know, either start my own business with, you know, a group, or why am I going to start, you know, think about going back to college and retraining when I've already established what I've established here? So I do think there are decisions to make in terms of future career. And finally, for love, got the Chariot again. You know, the Chariot for me and love is an interesting card because it's not really a love card. This can be read many ways in my experience. When you've got the Chariot, you can look at that card and you can turn it around and you can say you've got success in love. You know, this is a successful relationship. You've overcome challenges. You're finally back in control. But the Chariot, in terms of love, can be holding back emotionally as well. And also the Chariot can be somebody who just wants to go out and have sex. You know, this is somebody who's a bit of a chaser, somebody who likes to chase a relationship, for example, with the Chariot. Let's have a look at the next one. All right, we've got the Nine of Swords. So there's a worry card here. I think that some of you guys, there may be some worries. The Chariot can also be about moving on. So perhaps there are worries this week about moving on with the Chariot energy showing there. Yeah, I've just got the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords can be exiting a relationship, but it can also be fighting for a relationship and trying to protect it. Let's have a look at what the next card is. I think that some of you guys are trying to protect a relationship here with this Empress showing here. Also, it may be that there are worries about moving on from a relationship, perhaps because you've had news about a pregnancy. Some of you guys might be pregnant. And it may be that there are worries about moving on from this relationship because you've had news. Suddenly you've had, the Knight of Swords would be sudden news, unexpected. Some of you guys might have had some unexpected news about a pregnancy, and that's what makes you worried about moving on from this relationship, because it's like, shit, I'm pregnant, is it a good time to move on? Which would suggest that the relationship hasn't really been very good for a long time. Yeah, there's definitely pregnancy here, the Page of Cups. Definitely. Page of Cups and Empress is 100% pregnancy. But I don't want to just read it like that, because not all of you will be pregnant. Okay, I'm going to read it two ways. I think number one, there's definitely, I'm not going to change that version there. Definitely for me, Leo, you guys are worried. Some of you guys are really worried about moving on from a relationship. Okay, some of you guys want to protect a relationship, possibly with the Empress and the Page of Cups energy. There's a lot more stuff that can be nurtured and created and that type of thing with a relationship, because the Empress is creating something here. The Page of Cups is new, it's a child, so this is almost like giving birth to something here. This is creating something here with the Empress and the Page of Cups, but it is a pregnancy combination for sure, those two cards. So I'm erring on the side also very strongly that some of you guys are really worried about leaving a relationship because of an unexpected pregnancy showing here. Knight of Swords would be the unexpected, and the Empress and the Page of Cups is pregnancy. But also some of you guys want to protect a relationship because there's still more to be nurtured and more to be created with the Page of Cups and the Empress at the same time as well. So some of you guys are really scared about leaving a relationship because you feel that you want to protect it. Knight of Swords is to protect. Perhaps with the Empress and the Page of Cups, there's just so much more to be created and nurtured and developed in this relationship. But I do think a lot of this will probably be to do with pregnancy. Let me ask what you should do. We'll do a clarifier on this, okay, in two cards. What should for any Leos that this kind of like connects with, what should they do in two cards? What should they do in two cards? Judgment. I think that there is a sense of needing to release yourself, to be honest with you, with the Judgment energy. Queen of Wands energy. I think that you need, with this Queen of Wands and Judgment, I just feel that there's a need to have the confidence, to be confident enough to leave this relationship. You've got to have a bit of self-belief. You've got to believe that you can do it on your own, you know, because especially if this is pregnancy, Leo, and that is definitely you, isn't it? Because Queen of Wands is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, so that's definitely you on the card. And the Queen of Wands is very confident in herself. She doesn't really need a man to help her through anything. She can do it all on her own. She can stand on her own 2 feet. She's very self-assured as an individual with this Queen of Wands energy. And the Judgment energy is about release and transformation. So I just feel that, you know, especially if this is a pregnancy thing, Leo, and you're afraid with this 9 of Swords to move away, to move on from a relationship here, because you've had unexpected news about a pregnancy, especially if it's that. I think that you just need to have the confidence just to release this relationship, just to have the confidence to do that, okay? Because you're staying in a relationship for one reason and one reason only, and that is because you're afraid. Perhaps it's a money thing, perhaps it's, you know, you don't know how you'll cope on your own, that type of thing. But I think the universe is saying that you're more than capable of coping on your own. You're more than capable of doing it, you know. And also the other, I just wanted to pick the other card from the top. I just felt like I needed to. And I feel that, you know, you've got you've got all these people around you. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Coins. Can you see that? I don't know whether you can see those cards actually. Let me just pick them up here. I just wanted to pick other cards from the top. Can you see all those cards there? You've got all these people around you as well. So you do have support. You've got a lot of support. A lot of support. When you have multiple people, multiple court cards in a reading, it means there's a lot of people involved in the situation. So if this does resonate, and it will resonate only with a very small portion of you, but if there is the fears of leaving a relationship because of an unexpected pregnancy, I think that the universe is saying, have the courage, you know, have the confidence. This is you, Queen of Wands. Be confident to release yourself, to release what no longer serves you with the Judgment energy, because you know, you don't need this person. You've got so much support around you, so many kind people, so many loving people, so many people who will want to help you, who will want to support you, who will want to, you know, take care of you. You've got a lot of support out there, so don't be afraid of that. Okay, let's have a quick recap of the reading before we do the spiritual advice, Leo. So firstly, this energy here, okay, in your general message for the week is Queen of Cups. I think that there's a definite need to release some emotions that some of you guys have been holding in. I think that if you're worried about anything, that it could be a work situation, it could be a love situation, whatever it is, you've got to ask for some guidance. The Three of Coins people are asking this person here, and he's guiding them there. So that person there is that person there. These two people here are these two people here. So if you're worried about anything this week, don't hold it in, Leo. It's not like you to do that. Usually you're quite vocal anyway. But don't hold it in. Ask for guidance and you'll receive it. Whether it's from a man or whether it's from God or whatever, spirit, whatever. Ask for guidance and you will receive it. So really this is a week for ask. And then asking you shall receive, I believe. In terms of work, some of you guys are already at the top of your profession because you've got the Chariot and the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is profession as well. It's a professional job. It's a professional role. The Chariot is to be at the top. So some of you guys with the Hierophant and the Chariot, you're at the top of your profession, especially in terms of big business, that type of thing. And that's why some of you guys may be split in two halves. You may be conflicted as to whether you stay within what you've already built up or whether you develop something new with a new group of people, or maybe whether you go back to college. Some of you guys it will be because you're leaving some good people behind, people that you've grown close to. But in the main, I believe it will be you're at the top of your profession. That makes you kind of like, I don't know whether I should start this new job, or don't know whether I should start training for something new. Some of you guys will be like, well, I've worked in this thing for so long, I just feel like I need a change. And you're split. Let's ask what you should do. What should Leo do in this situation in two cards? What should Leo do in this situation in two cards? Okay, so you need to do the Hangman. I think you need to take a step back and review the situation with the Hangman. But also you could look at things from a different perspective here. And the Two of Cups. Okay. I think that you... the Two of Cups in a work reading is all about agreements. Okay, contracts and agreements. I would be tempted to say with the Hangman that your reservedness concerning moving on to something new, if it's a new job, for example, is understandable, because I would read this and think with the Hangman usually waits. So this is about taking a step back to review as well. I think that you need to wait with this Hangman, take a step back to review before signing any contracts, perhaps with the Two of Cups energy, or before agreeing to do anything, because the Two of Cups is an agreement. So take a step back to just really look at everything: money, what you've achieved, can you do it again, blah 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 blah, before you kind of agree to do anything. Okay, so I kind of agree with you, I suppose, in that. Finally, in terms of love, some of you guys worried about moving on from a relationship. Some of you guys, it will be because you want to protect something that you've been nurturing. Knight of Swords protects. This is nurturing. With the Page of Cups, there's still more to be developed. So some of you guys afraid to move on from a relationship here because you want to protect what you've nurtured, and there's still more to be developed with the Page of Cups. However, there are some of you guys who are afraid to move on from a relationship here because you've had some unexpected news about pregnancy showing here. The universe is saying, be confident and release what doesn't serve you. There are just lots of people around you. And if it is a case of being afraid to release a relationship because you want to protect what you've nurtured, what you've been growing, what you've with this person, and you feel that there's more to be developed with that page, because page is always, there's always more to do with them because they're young and there's room for development. You know, and these people around you are here. Well, it's saying the advice is be confident and release that what doesn't serve you. There's a reason for why you're thinking of leaving this thing, and it's because it doesn't suit you, it doesn't serve you. And I think these people around you are saying there's plenty more fish in the sea, because there's lots of people there. So I think that's the advice if that's the case. Let's have a look at what the spiritual advice is for the week, Leo. Right, Queen of Swords. Beautiful depiction. Brilliant, experienced, humorous, judgmental, releasing situations or people that, what did I say? Thank you. Releasing situations or people that no longer serve you. Seeing the humour in difficult situations. Focusing on career. There you go. And divorced or unmarried individuals. Okay. Yeah. So, I would say that, I would say here that it stands on its own. It's exactly what I was saying. It is really important, especially in terms of releasing situations or people that no longer serve you. Okay? Which I think is definitely in terms of the love reading here. Alright? And there's a need to focus on your career. You've got more important things to focus on. Okay, that's your reading for the week, Leo. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like to order your own private reading, click on the link in the comment section below. And yeah, have a great day, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.